Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today's video is a little bit different. I don't have a finished card. I'm going to case a card that I made years ago. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to use All Things Fabulous. I've already done a one-sheet wonder. I didn't film it because I was just trying to see how the stamps worked. So I'm going to use a piece of that for the card, and I'm going to use this sentiment. I also am going to use this die here from that coordinates with it, Fabulous Floral Dies. You can get those together at 10% off right now. And I used this die here from Ornate Borders dies. And everything's already sort of cut. This is a piece of that one sheet wonder that I did. So I've got 3 little flowers that are also from this dies, the Ornate Borders, these little flowers, and that's out of So Saffron. I think it's a 1/2" strip of Whisper White to stamp my sentiment on, 3/4 inch of the In Color 6x6 Designer Series paper, and this is the new color, Magenta Madness. Okay, I have that one die that I cut out, a Whisper White. Here's the other one from the other stamp set. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know what's going on with this lights. Well, I'm going to have to turn it off, I guess. It's going to be a little bit dark today. I'm sorry, but my light is going not bonky. Okay, so there's those two. This strip is 1 inch wide. And then the Magenta Madness is just a tiny bit larger. I didn't really do an exact size. If you can see, it's a little bit smaller than 1/4, a little bit larger than 1/8. I just put it on there and cut it. And this is 2 inches. So this one's a little bit bigger than the 2 inches. That one's 2 1/8, that actually is. This is 1 1/2 inches, and then this one is 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. Okay. Then I have a piece of Whisper White, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and a piece of the Magenta Madness, which is card front size, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then I need a card base, which I haven't gotten yet, so I'll grab that out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got my card base. I had it cut, I just forgot to bring it over here. Okay, so let's get started. What I'm going to do, first thing, is I'm going to bring in the tailored tag punch, because I want to do flags on the end of these. So I'm going to layer both layers together all the way to the end. Take them into my punch and make sure both corners of both pieces is in all the way, or far enough from the end, and I'm going to go ahead and punch when I think it's straight. Okay, that way when I pull this back, I'll have the perfect layer all the way on both, you know, it'll layer perfectly because those will match up. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's do the same on these other two. Make sure all my corners are in there. Okay, one more. Again, make sure those corners are in there. This is actually the second time I tried to film this. I accidentally deleted it, so. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together. I'm going to go ahead and just use my Tombow Mono Multi-Glue. Gives me that wiggle room I like. And I know the tops of these are not going to match, but that's alright because I'm going to be trimming that off anyways. Try to make that all the way the same. Okay. Last one. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my Whisper White layer. And I'm going to figure out how I want these on here. So I want this smaller one at this end, the largest one in the middle, and then this one will go over here. And I want them to fit on this piece, so there's not going to be much room between them. So I'm going to lay them out, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere one of them. I'm not putting glue all the way to the top because I know that's going to hang off. So I want this one up a little bit. And just notice this slid a little on that piece, but that's alright. We're just going to go with it because it's weird. Won't move at this point. Do this other end. This one I want up a little bit higher than the others. Like that. And we'll do this one. This one's going to go down closer, almost to the bottom. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's turn this over. I'm going to bring in snips, or scissors, excuse me, and I'm going to trim this off right even with the top of this card. And the reason I'm using scissors and not my trimmer is because there's glue on there, and I don't want that glue all over my trimmer. There we go. I'm going to bring in this piece. I'm going to glue that here. Right at that top. Oops, go back here. Alright, that looks good. Let's go ahead and adhere this to our Magenta Madness piece. Okay, now let's go ahead and attach this to the front of our card. I love this color, this Magenta Madness. It's got to be one of my favorite colors. It's fuchsia. Okay, now let's bring in our Stampin' Pierce mat. Like this, and I'm going to use black ink because I used black on those butterflies. And I'm going to stamp this sentiment on this little piece, this half-inch strip of white. And I haven't used this one yet, so I'm gonna stamp it off a couple times and make sure I can get a good crisp image. Stamp this right in the center. Perfect. Alright, let's mount that in the center of this piece. Well, this is longer than it needs to be. So let's figure out where we want it here. I want it like that. Okay. Let's put some adhesive on the back of this. I'll put that right. See, where do I want this sentiment to go? I think I'm just going to go ahead and go put it there. Let's go ahead and put that down. I'll bring in some dimensionals. And a few on the back of this. I'm going to need one over here. Go ahead and center that over that. Come in with my snips. This one's pretty close to that edge, but I might add a dimensional underneath this corner here. Need one here. Okay, I'm going to come in with those little flowers. Let's add those on here. I'm going to put two like that. And I'll put one over here. And I'm just going to adhere those. This one I think I'm going to, I'm go ahead and just stick it. Well, there we go. There's a card we just made together. Well, thank you for joining me at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper. This is the card that inspired it. Same layout, just different dies and stamps. Thanks. Have a great day. I decided to add a few little gold leaves here as well, just for something else. Just wanted to show you a completed project. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.